Hello everyone, this is your local dipshit here. I have a Bronco. I've had it for quite a while now, and I've finally decided that I will do a review on it. This is the car that, replaced my beloved Escape. Um, I only wish it, replaced the Edge that nobody likes instead. Um, this is a very off-the-cuff review. I'm literally just out in the middle of wherever, and, wow, my camera looks like shit. I'm just gonna say things as they come to me. So if you want, you know, another very rambly review like the my Escape one, here you go. Just put this in the second tab, I guess. So, okay, this is a 2021, I believe, Bronco. Big Bend with the, what is it? It's a 2.3 liter, isn't it? Turbo 4. With the manual 5 or 6. I believe it's the same engine that's in the EcoBoost Mustang. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm pretty sure it is. It doesn't have many options. I mean, options are cool, but like, you don't really need them that much. It's in Area 51 Gray, which I don't know why I thought that was so cool when we were ordering the car, but maybe the light blue would have looked better on this. I guess I'm just a sucker for light blue. Um, Things to say. This gearbox is incredibly nice. This is the car I've learned to drive stick in. And oh my god, did my dad pick a good one for me to learn stick in. I'm not entirely sure how I'll get this on camera, but I should put my seatbelt on. When you put it in gear and take the parking brake off, if I don't, how do I do this? I don't touch the gas at all and just slowly let the clutch out, the car will increase throttle and start moving all by itself. Now this only works for reverse and first, I think. It might work for crawler. Yes, it does do it for crawler. So that's pretty nice. The parking brake is in kind of an annoying spot. You're gonna push it in, you're gonna push it out, you're not really gonna remember which way it goes, but whatever. The seating position, I'm 5'6", and I'm quite close to the steering wheel. The clutch throw, I mean, this is the only manual I've ever driven, so I can't really say anything on like clutch feel or throw. I've been told that this is a very light clutch. I believe that. Ignore the crack in the windscreen. That's not the car's fault. Visibility out of here is pretty nice. It's not, you don't get the most downward visibility. This camera is about level with my eyes. Actually, it's, yeah, right about there. But I mean, like, you can see, especially if you roll the window down, you can see down the sides with like sticking your head out. You can see back pretty well. Not the best, but you have plenty of space for your rear mirror. If the reverse camera, of course. This is, I believe, the same generation of sync that was in the Escape. For some reason on this car, it runs very slow. I'm not entirely sure why, but I mean, that's fine. But sometimes, especially on startup, and it's not like a huge issue, it will just, it will react to things very slowly. The Bluetooth really isn't very fast on this. I'd have no idea why. I think it's just this car, because the Escape had no problems. I keep almost saying Eclipse. I'm sorry, I just bought an Eclipse. Um, and that's kind of been the focus of my intention for the past 3 weeks, and it's still broken. So if I say Eclipse, I'm not talking unless I like specifically mention the Eclipse. I'm talking about the Escape. Okay. Also, why would a '90s Mitsubishi be compared to a Ford from 2020? And neither of them. Okay, well, one of them is a sports car, but it's not in any way related to an off-road car. This is currently serving as a daily in my family. We haven't gone off-roading with it yet. We will, because if you have a Bronco, you're legally required to go off-roading with it. But as a daily, it's been very nice. Over over really harsh roads, the live axle suspension in the back can get kind of rough, but other than that, it rides excellent. Um, these seats, I mean, they're not the most comfortable, but you're not going to complain about them either. They're perfectly acceptable, and I'm pretty sure the higher trim levels get much nicer leather ones. You get the goat modes, which are fun. These are awesome, especially if you're not the best driver and you're driving in just really garbage snow. Slippery mode is excellent. You're not gonna like do any drifting or whatever, but if you're new to driving, you're not gonna be doing that anyway. And the stability control will keep you from doing that. So just take things slow, and it'll handicap you, but it'll also it'll nanny you. That's the word I'm looking for. It will nanny you, and you won't die. Um, which is the goal. Of course, you can just put it in sport mode. When you do put it in sport mode, it will automatically go into two-wheel drive, even if you were in four high. That's just a thing it does. I guess it like, oh, you don't want to have grip. You just want to goofy. Um, you just want to slide around. Which I mean, yeah, but it will allow you to go in the four high in sport. It will just go in two high to begin with. Um, like I said, we haven't done any off-roading, but I have been driving very quickly on very, very bad dirt roads, lots of potholes, lots of just slush, lots of mud, gravel mixed in randomly. And with this car, with it in sport mode and the four-wheel drive high, I found that about 45 miles an hour in fourth gear or third gear, I was capable of doing, like, maintaining that speed through pretty much anything. You're not gonna, like, on the roads I was driving on, they're not like dirt roads where it's like, oh, this is really nice, it's actually kind of smooth. No, they were like, this is a field with no grass on it, is basically the level of those dirt roads. So, yeah, that wasn't great. But you will, you can do 45 through really shitty roads, which for a big off-roader like this, you would expect it to be kind of able to do. I guess you could push it up to 55 if you were really I'm going to be honest, kind of stupid. Um, I don't know how the dirt roads are right now. I might go drive on them and just kind of see, and I don't know. But on the street this thing is great. It's I haven't been driving it super hard. I know that this thing in the corners isn't going to be too good, but in the straights, I mean, like, it's a four-cylinder turbo. It's not going to be slow. I think it's got 300 horsepower, and it really shows. Like, even though it is a big box, it only starts to struggle around 80, which, and even then, it's speed limited to 106 miles an hour, and it will happily go all the way up to that. I wouldn't recommend keeping it at that kind of speed, but it will do that without any issues. Um, Fast shifting on this gearbox, like I said, I'm new. This is the only manual I've ever driven. No, that's not true. I did drive a new Camaro with the four-cylinder. Is that a turbo? I think it's a turbo. Uh, and I've been told that's actually the same gearbox as in this, so I guess that doesn't count. Um, yeah, even me, new fast shifting on this, absolutely no issues. This gearbox doesn't care. It feels great. It's not quite a pinky shifter, but I also have like tiny femboy hands, so I don't really count. But like if you're shifting it properly, like it's it's whatever. You're not gonna have any issues with it. The four-wheel drive system, there are some rules to engaging and disengaging it, but they're pretty reasonable. It's just don't go too fast and don't have the power on when you change. Like that's fine, whatever. You don't have to shift into neutral, you just have to pop the clutch. If you're going like 45, you can just switch it in and out of it. It doesn't care. I haven't been switching in the 4 low, I haven't used it much, but it's 4 low. Um, I have accidentally left it in 4 high when driving around on the street and taken some tight corners and discovered that four-wheel drive cars don't really like it when you do that and they kind of skid around a little bit. But you're like 2 wheel turns in before it starts skittering around. So that's not really a huge issue. Um, Road noise. There is quite a bit of road noise. But that can kind of be excused for, it's got big tires and it comes apart. So, like, you can't really have any real sound endings pretty hard to do. So that can be that's fine, whatever. That can be excused. Water leakage, it gets a little bit damp around here, but that's about it. It doesn't like leak or anything. I haven't experienced any. I don't know if there's any problems with. I think I heard something about like these having problems with that, but I'm not entirely sure. It's pretty easy to T-top this, I guess, or is it target top? I think it's target top. You can take these 2 panels off and leave the cap on, which I actually didn't know. And damn, there were some days where I could have taken these off. It does come with a little bag. You can stick it in the back. There's not really. This is the 2-door version. There's not really much room back here. This car isn't very long. Um. Oh, right. If you're in 2-wheel drive and you do funky stuff, this car will want to rotate quite a lot. But it's a short wheelbase. It just does that. You can fit 2 people perfectly comfortable back here. You just can't put too much stuff behind those. You can fold down these seats. It's not the biggest deal, but if you're carrying like kids and then all of their crap, like my parents are divorced, so I switch with my 2 sisters. I switch houses every week, and with the amount of stuff that my older sister carries, yeah, it's kind of tight. um Yeah, visibility's not bad back here. There are when you have people sitting back here, they like to flip the headrests up, and then you can't see anything at all. But they're not gonna be driving around like that all the time. Um, Dome lights are good. No one really cares. It's pretty easy to take off the hatch as long as you have like somebody help you. And for that big connector back there, there is, if you can see it, like right next to the seatbelt, there's a little spot for you to plug that in so dirt doesn't get in it. When you are driving around with all the roof off, the seatbelts do flap around quite a bit and they're quite annoying. I haven't discovered a fix for that. That doesn't seem like the kind of thing Ford would overlook with the amount of effort they've put into this car, but I haven't found their solution if there is one. The stereo isn't the best, honestly. It's perfectly acceptable. That's that's kind of it. There's really not much bass, but mid range is fine, high end is fine. I guess this car could use a small subwoofer and then it'd probably be fine. It's not really that the road noise drowns out the bass. It's just kind of not really there. That's kind of it, honestly. Um, annoying thing, you can't flip up the rear window without opening the door. And you have to open the door quite a bit to flip the rear window up. That's super annoying. I like the split door. I like the horizontal door that comes out. I think that's kind of cool, but it does kind of suck. I'm gonna be real. But I mean, it's fine. Whatever. Interior on this is nice. I've heard people say that you can hose it out. I'm not entirely sure, so you'd have to Google that or find another review that's like, hey, you can just blast it out. But I think you can. It seems like, especially with these buttons, something you could do. I'm not sure about these ones though. And this button. Like this button, this is all sealed. Like these, they don't do much. Like, I don't know. I think it's, like, maybe don't get water on these, or in this screen, but you're good on everything else. Also, these little ridges. This dash, don't touch it. It doesn't feel the best, but you're not supposed to be touching that. Like, all the stuff you do touch, all the plastics you do touch is very nice in this big rubby thing. These handles are fun. I've never used them, but we've also never gone off-roading, so... And I'm usually driving, so I'll hold on to this before I hold on to, like, this, because, like, why? Never had the doors off. Probably will at some point. So when we do more stuff with this car, I'll make a little addendum. I'm not going to walk around the outside just because I'm not going to. But you can find better images of a Alien 51... What? Yeah, Area 51 Gray, Big Bend than I can provide with my phone camera. So yeah, this thing is really nice, actually. I like it quite a lot. I guess I'll go for a small drive of the camera. I'm not sure where I'm going to put this. I can't do a POV. The traction control button is, like, right in the way. Whatever. Alright, I guess I'll just end the video. Yeah, this is quite a nice car. So, somebody asked for more car reviews, here you are.